start the recording once back. Uh, okay, last class we were seeing multi-stage Docker containers and how to pass arguments and environmental variables, and then we were seeing Docker volumes, and then we were seeing basics about what are the Docker network exist, wo- and then in volumes we were seeing like Docker containers ephemeral. If the container goes down, you will not have the files that got generated in the runtime. So that's the reason we were using Docker volumes. At the last, we were seeing Docker compose file and how to run multiple services in the Docker composting. So today we're going to start with Jenkins. So in the market, there are a lot of CI/CD tools. So if somebody asks like what's a CI/CD tool that you use in your organization, that's the straight away the thing that should remember for you is like Jenkins. So Jenkins is a open source and it is constructed on Java based application. So before you install Jenkins in any of the local server, you install Java and then you install the on top of that you will be installing the Jenkins. So we will not be covering that. I'm just telling you the basic thing. Um, so what is CA and CD? In the demo class, if you were there, you remember CA means we take the code from Git and then we do the unit test and we do this sonar code coverage and then we do this build and then we push it to any of the artifact. So this is called continuous integration. You take the code, you just do this build and test. The CD means continuous deployment. Okay, continuous deployment. Once you have the artifact in somewhere in your registry, like we can have this Docker images in the Docker hub that we will later cover in the Jenkins part itself. So from there, application will pull the image from the artifact and run it in the server. So that is called CD. So the tool that helps for us is the Jenkins. So like throughout in the DevOps cycle, you will be writing different pipelines. You schedule different jobs in the Jenkins. So in the Jenkins, whatever we are going to cover, we are going to so wherever the Jenkins is running, that is what we call as master node. Okay, so you just keep remember this thing, but you don't need to like remember this thing. Let me go to pane. So as I said, there will be a node which is called master. So this is where Jenkins has been installed. You can later see like advanced topic for Jenkins. You can see what is Jenkins master and slave node configuration that you can see. But these things over in your organization, there will be separate team for anywhere, like mostly there will be separate team to take care of Jenkins, so you no need to worry about that. So there will be multiple nodes. Um, there will be multiple nodes there. Whatever the job that you schedule in the master, it will split the load to the worker nodes. These are worker one, these are worker two. You can name whatever you want, and what you create the pipeline and everything here, and the jobs are will be scheduled across these different worker nodes. So that is this master and like worker nodes configuration. Uh, so in this, what kind of there are different types of jobs are there, but the thing that we are going to cover is like freestyle job, pipeline, and multi-branch pipeline. For now, you can just keep this words. Remember, later we will see each and every detailed pipelines in our class. Okay. So Jenkins has a lot of plugins. What is this plugins means? So if you want to use Git futures, then you have to do. You should have that. Git plugin has to be installed here. If you want to use Docker, then Docker plugin is has to be installed. It's like an extension. Like in browser, how do you have some functionalities? You like just add the extensions. Like if you need some application, you would install it, right? Like similar to that, you need to have these plugins installed in the Jenkins, so you can use those functionalities. So that's the use case of Jenkins. So the next slide would be like, oh, I think it's repeated. Hmm, that's fine. So I told right, like we will be seeing different kind of jobs. The first and the foremost used to sell job is like freestyle jobs and pipeline jobs, uh, and then multi-branch pipelines. So we will be seeing the difference of them. I don't want to start covering it from here. So what I will do is like I will go to um, like my EC2 instance. I'll go to wait, any instance are there here? Instance are there. Let me go to mobile region. I'm going to create an instance for myself now. Launch instance. Mm, I'm keeping it as Jenkins hyphen sonar because later we will be installing sonar as well here. So let me take the Amazon Linux itself. That's fine for me. Uh, okay, okay, keypad, one key. Hmm. Rest time everything is giving as a default, and then launch instance. Then you go for instance. Your instance will be ready after. Hmm, Jenkins, it's still in pending state. Let me take out. And started to run. Copy this IP address. Come to your putty. Open the putty. Sorry. Putty got. I think putty got deleted somewhere. Bad. That's fine. 40. It got installed back. Let's go. Let me close it. Now let me go to my EC2 instance. I copy the public IP and then come back to my putty and paste the IP and then go to SSH auth. There will be credence auth. Wait. Hmm. In the credential sections, I will be taking my key. Have the key somewhere here. Yeah. PPK extension. Give it. Open. Sub. EC2 user. Sudo su hyphen. I logged in as a root. You know steps to install Docker from here. If you take Linux, you do install update first, you do run the command first, and then let it take some time. Hmm. I'm installing Docker and then starting the service as Docker here. Until that I have some file. The reason why I actually started with Docker instead of like first with Jenkins, the thing is, you no need to know about this installation of Jenkins, and obviously it's actually similar to the Docker installation only. If you put Jenkins installation on like in the Amazon Linux or something, you put it. Let's continue. So the Jenkins on AWS, you must be having something like this. You go, no, no, no. You put like some Red Hat. Uh, so Mm. See, like if you start installing Jenkins, that would be request a lot of steps. Like you have to first install some system libraries, and then you have to install Java, and then you install the Jenkins, and you have to run these things. So even if if I do these things in this class, that makes no sense. You just know this information as well. Okay, because nobody in the organization is going to take care of Jenkins as well. It will be separate team will be there that is handling it. So to simplify that, so we are going to run Jenkins as a Docker container. From the Docker container, we will be accessing the Jenkins. That's the reason I started with Docker. Now let's go back to my EC2 instance. Yeah, it started to run. Then I'm starting the Docker service, and then I'm giving some permissions to EC2 user as well. Hmm. Now I've started to give some permission as well. If I do some Docker PS, see currently no container is running. I have some commands with me to run this Docker container. Let me, if you see here, update install Docker container enable. Hmm, it's created. Now I will add this commands in the PPT as well, so it will be better for you to like it's just a shell script. I will add it in the later this class. I will add it in the PPT. So what I am doing here is like what I you can see right. Uh, I'm creating a volumes here, so that's the command here. So docker volume create Jenkins data, sonar cube data, and create sonar cube extensions. I'm just creating a volume. The reason of volume is like even if my Jenkins goes down due to some issues later, I will have all those data in this volume, so I can access the details. So this is the actual command to run the Docker container. You can see what are the commands is like uh, docker run -d to run in the backward, and I'm giving a name hyphen name is equal to Jenkins, and I'm giving in a port. I'm trying to run it on the port 80, and then I'm giving it a port 5000 to for external use, and then I'm mounting the volume like -v Jenkins data, and I'm mount like I know we created a Jenkins data volume, and then I'm mounting inside the container in var slash Jenkins home. So this is my repository called Jenkins. It is available in Docker Hub. From there, Jenkins, I'm taking the LTS image, and then if I run it, you see unable to find image. Then what I will do, the image is not present in the EC2 instance that because we recreated now. It is trying to paste the image from the Docker Hub and trying to run the Jenkins here. Okay, it started to run. If I do docker ps, then you see uh, it is saying Jenkins container started to run on the port 8080. It is a Docker container and it is running in this and it is running in the Docker container. The physical machine it is running on 8080 in that Docker container. Jenkins is running on the port 8080. But what you do is like you just go and copy this public IP of this VM and then put it in the browser and you set away if you do some port and then colon if you give like port 8080 it will not work. The reason it is not able to work it is like this is your EC2 instance. Once you select your EC2 instance, there will be lot of tabs you can see. For now, what you remember, go to this network tab and scroll, go to this security tab and scroll down where you will be seeing a security group. Okay, come to this security and come to this security group, click this security group, then you will be seeing an inbound rule and then edit the inbound rule because only the SSH port is been open now. So but my Jenkins is running on 8080. It mapped to the physical host port of 8080. So I give custom port and then I give 8080 and from who actually need to access from throughout the world whoever I'm giving the access and save the changes. Okay, now if you reload this thing, now you see it started to run. So it now it's asked for me to um, see I just what I did is like pasted the public IP and given the port number 8080. Now it asking for me a password. So what password I should tell? It is even suggesting me to ensure Jenkins is securely set up by the administrator. A password has been written to the log. So already some password has been pasted here. You just have to take the password from this folder inside the Docker container and you so the let me go and then uh, so I have some command for that as well. um, so what I'm doing is like observe my command here. Exe Jenkins means exe means what we said, like it goes inside the container and fetches the password. Okay, Docker exe means like execute and the container name is like Jenkins. That's how I named it. And then cat and I'm actually trying to see the content of this file where Jenkins home secret initial admin password where I have the password. So I in this the password I know. After you get this password, copy and then come back to this console and then you paste it and do continue, then you will be see it started then the screen will pop up, then you will do um, install suggested plugins or select plugins to install. For now you can give anything. I'm going with default plugins that got installed here. Now once you selected, so by default when Jenkins started to run some of the inbuilt plugins will be there. For now it's fine, so later if there is any plugins are missing that we can add. Okay, so until it starts, whatever I told now, you have any doubts or I'm going fast, you can unmute yourself. Okay,
No, no progress.
it's good, right? Okay.
Hmm.
See, I am actually running it in a EC2 instance and I am using the public IP and then giving some port number and another thing. But in the real time in the organization, they will have some domain names. If your organization is like if your organization name is like ABC, suppose you are some organization, they will have some domain name with ABC. Okay, so then they will have some domain names. I'm giving an example. They will have something called Jenkins at abc.com. Okay, this is how the domain name it will be like. Okay, then you go to your browser and then type Jenkins at abc.com, then you will have the similar kind of window. You will not be, it is a first time setup, that's why you see this plugin installation and this root password things and all. But mostly once you logged in, you will be seeing your username, they will be giving you username password. By using that you can access Jenkins. Okay, I'm just telling you again how in the real world it will going to be look. Okay, it's taking some more time, I think. Let's wait, let's wait. Now you see what is like a create first admin user. Initially it was like a root, there was a root password that's set by default itself. Now it asking me to create a username for myself. I will create myself like Shadish and give some password 23, and then I give some password here, and then I give my name, full name here, and then I give some email ID. I give my email ID as well, and then uh, I given some my basic details. I'm creating an user account for myself. I given username, password, full name, and email address, and then what I do is like save and continue. Now you see now the my Jenkins URL with this one only, http slash slash this public IP and then 8080, then save and finish. Then now start using Jenkins. After you set up the Jenkins, you will be able to see a console. This is how the Jenkins console is going to look. Obviously there is no pipelines here, that's why it's like empty here. But in the real time you will be seeing a lot of pipelines that has been already created and it has been maintained by different teams. Okay. mm, Now straight away, like we will start what we were seeing in this template. We were seeing different templates, right? First we will be start seeing the freestyle jobs. Okay, let me go to some freestyle job here. I create a new item, new. After I see, after I came inside this pipeline, if there is any pipeline access, you go to the pipeline. So we will be seeing that. If you come to this new item, click the new item, then you see different icons are there. Freestyle projects, pipeline, multi configuration project, folder is there, multi branch pipeline is an organization folder is there. This folder means it just create a folder for you. Okay. um, there is nothing special in it. Okay, if you want to create a folder, inside the folder, if you have a pipeline, you just create the folder. Now straight away for you to have this thing, let me tell like I am creating something called Phoenix freestyle. After you click the freestyle job, if you give okay, then you um, see this is the job. Okay, here you are going to schedule like you are going to like create the job. So what kind of job I am going to create here? So we will be seeing here. Once you choose the new item and you choose the choose the freestyle job, you will have a lot of options here. Discard old builds, GitHub project, this project is parameterized, throttle builds, execute concurrent builds if necessary. So these things are there, but what we know is like, you know, um, your project somewhere exists in the source code management. You just click the git and it will ask the URL of your git. Okay, so I'm just going to mm, for now, for you to like understand the basic steps, what I am going to do is like mm, ah, let me add something here. Okay, so this freestyle job, mostly you don't need to write some kind of files or something. Mostly you will be handling everything in the UA itself. That is called this freestyle job. Okay, now what I did is straight away after I came here, I am there are a lot of options here. So we'll be seeing that you come down, you go to the build steps, and then if you click the build steps, you see lot of steps are there. Execute shell, invoke ant, invoke gradle, invoke top level maven targets, run without timeout, execute without windows batch commands. So what we know aware about, you might know you're not aware about all these options, but you are aware about this execute shell. Execute shell means you execute any shell command. That's the meaning of this thing. Okay, there is nothing special in it. Okay, so I'm just straight away like clicking the execute shell command, and I have a shell here, and then I'm going to print something called uh, like I'm printing something like echo welcome to Phoenix freestyle job demo. Okay, this is just a shell command, right? There is nothing in it, and then save it. After you saved, you see this thing. You what you do like you trigger build now. After you trigger build now, you see one build has been done here. Star one came, right? If you go inside this thing, if you go then if you come to console logs, then you see what has printed. Echo welcome to uh, like Phoenix freestyle job has been printed. That's the use of this freestyle job. So if you want to edit it, then you can do this configure again, then you will be seeing these things. So let's start explaining this one on options. So discard old main build means like if you check this option, you see days to keep builds and maximum builds to keep. So this option is mostly being used like say a lot of options are that people will be using only few or a few options in the day-to-day life. Like one of the option is like discard old builds. So in the discard old builds, if you see that log rotation days to keep build, it is straightforward. So I have built a job here in the freestyle job. It's like for how many days you have to keep that entry, like after that it will delete it automatically. The same mean is it maximum how many builds I should keep. Only if you can give like 5 builds, and maximum the days to keep build is like 7 days. I'm just keeping 1 week files. That's it. And then this GitHub project, if you select that, if you have any GitHub URL, what you do is like you go to that project like git demo or something, you copy that URL. The URL is there, right? You just if you are like checking out any code from the GitHub URL, you can just give the link. Okay, that's it. uh, this option and source code management option are both same. So and then the job is parameterized. Parameterized means like if you want to pass from the where like from the build when you were when we were outside, like let me go to open a new tab. While we are doing build now, you will be seeing an option now. Like me, what I do is like you are aware about this boolean choice credential parameters file parameters. You have probably heard about boolean, right? Boolean means nothing but true or false. Okay, so in throughout the IT, if you see if it is a boolean expression means the variable value has only two will have the two kinds of outputs. Either it will be true or it's false. That is called boolean. And then you see one more parameter, right? Choice means like you will be creating multiple parameters like option 1, option 2, option 3 you will give. And then credential parameter means if you want to pass some uh, like any secrets here, that you will be using credential parameter. And a string parameter means if you want to pass any word, actual word that you have to pass to your your pipeline, that you will be using the string parameters. So if I click boolean, and then if I give and then I select the best I should be like go with mm, parameter. Let's go with choice. um, I give it as a project, and then the choices I will be giving it in the uh, project 1 comma project 2, and then this is how you give. So and then you save this thing. It's saved. Now you see previously it was showing in with only the build now option. Now see I didn't refresh the scene, that's why I still see build now. Now if you see it has been changed. Now it is saying build with parameter. After you click that, it is giving you an option, build project one or project two or something, what you want to get printed. So that's the difference between this boolean thing. Now if I do configure, let me go like modify this thing, project one, project two, and then project three. Now what I do is like go to this last one, and I do echo dollar project. So, okay, my project is uh, now I just keep on given this like this how you should in the shell, this how you should reference a variable if something is variabilized, because we know I given this project, I choose the option as parameterized, and I given project here, and I have project one and project two and project three here. I have had a lot of options here, and then I the variable name is project. Okay, let me give like since project name. Now I come here and coming here in the shell, and I'm giving this shell as project name. This is how you should refer. You should give dollar symbol, and then you should be specifying the curly brackets, and then you save it. You save it now, right? Now if you do build with parameters, you will be seeing three options: build project one and project two. Okay, if I click project three and then I do build, it is running, right? Now you see, if you go to the second build, okay, if you go to the second build, if you come to this console outputs, you see my project is project 3. So in order for you to pass some parameters to your project, you should use this like you should use this project parameterized option. So on throttle build is like uh, we do not need to see about this thing. So if you have any concurrent jobs, that means like how this Jenkins job usually runs is like, so it will be running in a order wise. Okay, if you have like a set of jobs here, job one is the, like function one is there, and then function two is there, and then function three is there. Okay, mostly all the Jenkins jobs runs in the in the order wise. It will complete the function one, and then complete, and then comes to function two, and then complete the function three, and comes to the function three. But if you want to like execute two functions in parallel, that's where you use this concurrent builds. So we are not going to run any concurrent builds here. Um, let's move to the next options. So we will be exploring most of these trigger options. So this trigger option, this one, this source code management one, it's Git or GitHub. Okay, if you give the straight away they will call what's the SCM tool that you use means source code management. That thing is where do you maintain your code? We maintain our code in GitHub. So if you click the GitHub, and then if you give the URL, if there is any credentials that you have been used, or if it is like private repository, that those credentials you will be giving here. We will be seeing that in the pipeline jobs in detail, and whatever the branch that you want to run, you just specify the rejection expression or the branch that you want to run this job. And then this triggers. So trigger means like right now what I did is like I came to this console. I like if you go to dashboard, this is how the pipeline freestyle job is there. If you click this job, I am just clicking this each and after every changes I come and I do build with parameters. I click or build now or something, but I don't want to give this option. I want to trigger this build. That's where this trigger option comes. Trigger builds remotely from script. Trigger after other projects are built. This means mm, okay, let me what I do is like I will create trigger builder automatically means whenever you push some code to your GitHub, and this job once your code has been pushed to some certain master branches, you feel that you want to run this job automatically. That's when you using this trigger build remotely. Okay, this build after other projects are built. So this is when we can use it. Like, let me show the demo. Mm, I'm going to the dashboard again. I'm clicking a new item. I'm giving a project now. Phoenix, uh, Phoenix Freestyle. I give the name as free. It's already exists. I'm giving as one. Okay. I'm giving the freestyle job again, and I'm giving okay. Uh, I'm straight away coming. I'm not giving any option. I'm just execute some shell and echo running second job. I'm just giving some print statement. But what I do is like I select this option in this new project freestyle phoenix -01. What I will select this optical build after other projects is built. It is asking trigger only if the build is stable. Trigger only. You should specify the project name. Okay, what my project name is like. The first project it's like phoenix freestyle. To just specify the project is Phoenix Freestyle. Okay, straight away you click it, it's coming here. You click the project and it's giving some options. Trigger only if build is stable, trigger even if the build is unstable, trigger even if the build is fails. That means it is asking if the build is successful alone, I should run this job, or if the build even the first build, the Phoenix Freestyle fails, I should trigger this job. Now what I for now I will give trigger only if the build is stable. That means only if this Phoenix Freestyle job runs successfully, then alone this Phoenix freestyle -0 job will run. Okay, and then I save it. Hmm. I'm coming out. Now you see there are two jobs are there. This job is never run. What I do, I just save the parameters as it is. Now I click this thing, build with parameters, and then click project 2. I'm building. Am I selected anything wrong? Wait. I think I by mistakenly I choose to some option. What option? Oh, sorry, none. Okay, because I didn't give anything there. Hmm. I click build with parameter. Now see, I choose it's failed. That's why this freestyle job 01 didn't run. Now if you do build with parameter and then go to project 2 something and then build now. Now it's successful. What it says, if you go to this 4, if you click the 4, there will be console output. In the console output you see my project is project 2. Welcome to freestyle job. If you go to straight away here, now you see this job is run. This Phoenix freestyle 01 job is there. What is there? Running. Second job has been printed. So that's the use case um, of this option called mm, so build after other projects are built. So we'll be seeing these triggers. Trigger will mean like whenever I push the code to GitHub, you want to run the job automatically, you will use this option. Build periodically means we in the last Linux class we were seeing cron jobs, right? What's the cron job means? You will be scheduling the job. So okay, you we were seeing like 5 stars, each and every star has different meaning. Like this means the first star, I think you might have, uh, this is the cron job. If you want to run any specific job at any particular time, you will be using this build periodically. Okay, you will the first star denotes the minute, the second star denotes the hour, the third star denotes the day of the month, and the fourth star denotes the month, and the fifth star denotes the day of week. Throughout uh, the DevOps life cycle, you will be seeing these cron jobs, because DevOps work is to like maintain some jobs, run some jobs, take care of some jobs. So this is how we schedule the job based on the cron. So it will trigger on particular time of the day. So the first star, so I'm just you can use this build periodically and save the job. So at particular time of the day this job will trigger automatically without you choose this option. And then uh, GitHub hook trigger for git SCM pooling. This option we will be seeing in future classes. And poll SCM means like like until it's similar to the build periodically only. it will like what it will do is like it keep on checking the GitHub. If any commits are there, then this job will trigger. So that's the option. Like options are available in the triggers. Next, there is something called environment. Environment. Delete workforce before build starts. These are like in the day-to-day job. If you feel, because whatever the job, if you see here, we have like in the Phoenix project, we have like 4 builds now, right? One, two, three, four. If you feel that you want to delete the previous jobs, it will be actually present in the in memory of the Jenkins server. If you feel that you want to delete them, then you choose this delete workspace before start, and then if you want, you can give some parameters and then some patterns to delete the thing, and then you can delete the old jobs that actually executed here before you start this fresh run. If you want to delete old ones, you can just choose this option. So that's the basic thing of this freestyle job. The post build action is like so post build, mostly in the post build what we'll be doing is like you see the options like archive the artifact. Archive means some in throughout this build you must have like build some application. Archive means you make it as a single file, like the zip file is there, right? We were seeing this archive means tar files and like tar files and like zip files in the Linux. So that's the archive means. If you build any application here, you want to archive that build means that you use this archive option, and the files to archive, you give the file list and the advanced like what format you want to do those things. Those things will be present in the files to archive. So and then if you see for other options, mostly here in the post build actions, they will be sending an email notification. If email notification and editable and then delete workspace when the build is done. So these things they will do. Okay, because they don't want, once the job is done, they don't want some this cache to be present in Docker in the Jenkins, because it sometimes affect the new builds. That's the reason they'll do some delete workspace or send email notifications. So it will not work, because uh, for in order for you to send any email, uh, there is something called SMTP. SMTP means you simply remember SMTP is like how we have SSH, we have HTTP, HTTPS. Similar to that, SMTP is a protocol. Okay, by default it works on like 465 in the port 465. This service is used to send an email. So currently it's running in a Docker container. We don't have any SMTP server has to be separately set up. Whenever you use this option, you should have SMTP server that will you will specify the email address, then it will deliver the emails. So that's the use case of this freestyle jobs. So I hope you got it. Um, and then so okay, for now this is fine. So later, uh, you see a lot of what whenever like any questions that come for you in the interview point of view, like in the Jenkins, either it is based on these jobs like freestyle jobs, pipelines, or the multi-branch pipelines, or the question is going to they will be asking you to manage Jenkins. In the manage Jenkins, there are a lot of settings are there, like if I go, I click the manage Jenkins, and then I'm coming to wait, like let me come back to my slide. Let with go with the flow. Uh, so we were seeing the freestyle jobs, pipeline jobs. Will be I'm just giving a demo. Freestyle job is just an UI based that we have seen that. So the pipeline job and multi-branch pipeline jobs, you write a Jenkins file. Okay, instead of you go to this UI console, you add some steps in the shell. You have all those steps in a pipeline, because each and every time I cannot after I create a pipeline I cannot have I add those details manually in the console, right? So you can have some file called Jenkins, where it will you will define the steps, so that steps will be used for CI/CD. This the difference between pipeline job and multi-branch pipeline job is like both are pipelines only, but this pipeline is attached to a single branch. It will be work only in, like, if you create for only master or main or develop or future branch. It like if you want to have a single branch pipeline only for any certain branches, then you will be using pipelines. Most probably everybody in all the organizations, they're focused only on the multi-branch pipelines. That is what we call declarative pipeline. This is the main pipeline job that we are going to see. Okay. uh, so if you see, like, in the manage Jenkins section, if you come there, you will see a lot of system configuration, security and all there. You see plugins are there. If you click that, and then available plugins, you see available updates, available plugins, installed plugins, advanced settings are there. You just click the advanced like available plugins. So these are the plugins that actually, I think it's not, uh, these are the available plugins for you. But if you click like install the plugins, you will see what are the plugins that actually installed here. Okay. um, so in like Jenkins, the most probable used plugin will be like Git, Pipeline, Blue, and then this credentials binding, and Docker, Terraform, Kubernetes, SonarQube Scanner, HMTB publishers. So these things, whatever the tool that you know, if they ask that list me like a few plugins and manage in the Jenkins, then if you remember what are the tools that we are using in doc in the DevOps, you can tell them, because in order for me to use these things like Terraform, Kubernetes, Jenkins, SonarQube, JUnit, and email publisher, everything, I need a plugin. So you can straight away tell that. um, and then we will be seeing that later. Pipeline special job, I think we already explained the freestyle job. I'll, from tomorrow, I think we can start the declarative pipelines. I think that's enough for today, I guess. Let's see if anything I have to cover here. Hmm. Probably will be each and every pipeline you will be seeing the same thing, that environmental variables, the post build action, the triggers, and then the initial configurations, everything will be same. Just this syntax and the file additions and additional steps will be there. So for now you understand these things. Tomorrow we will take a project, and for that project we will be writing a Jenkins file, we will be writing a Docker file, and then we will be doing unit test. We will be seeing the Maven as well. We will see shortly what is Maven and why it been used. You got it, Lokesh? Any other questions that you want
Hmm.
to make?